Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to the semi-finals of the Korean StarCraft League. Today we have here in the top left falling as our blue Zerg player playing for Onsite Gaming. The man, the myth, the legend, the king of Lingbane Hydra Viper. It's of course Solar. And in the bottom right playing for Team Matcherino, currently residing in Korea and aiming to become the best foreign terror there ever was. It is Future. With some sick performances as of late. I believe he took out... Ooh, wait, what is this? What did you try to do here, buddy? Did I get spot? Ooh. Now, I'm usually not one to do this, but I think this requires going back. Holy cow. A Terran player with a brain. Look at it. Goes in, knows the exact path of the Overlord. Wait, what? Oh, he wanted to block. Oh, he wanted to block. He wanted to block real bad. Oh, this is not a Terran player with a brain, but still, he knows the exact... He knows the exact timings. Did you see that? Holy crap. What is his build order though? Okay, he's gonna proxy Reaper from this location. So his plan was to hatch block his opponent. If that doesn't work, he goes for a proxy Rex with a Reaper. Second Rex at home. This is proper close as well, by the way. This is gonna deal some real damage. I can feel that. I can smell it. Wow. Yeah, that is proxy Rex damage right there. Now, oh, I need to flip these two names real fast. I was saying that Future right now is in Korea and he's practicing real hard and he's getting better quite quick. He's getting better quite quick. He beat Hero the other day. Hero, yes, the one and only. Currently the best Protoss player in the world. Got taken out by Future with a 2-1 score. I want to say it was in a qualifier. Some impressive stuff. Like Future is freaking good. And he, you know what it is about him? He's realistic as well. He looks at a series and says to himself, hey, I'm worse than this guy. I'm gonna all in 3 times. You know, there's some players, I myself included, where we'll look at a series, me versus Cyril, for example. And I go, Cyril, yeah, it's good, but what if I play a macro game, you know? What if I try a macro game for the 25th time in a row? Maybe this time I'm going to be slightly better than my opponent. It never really works out. Future looks at a situation and says, hey, I don't think I'm cut out for this quite yet. You know, I'm practicing hard and I'm getting better. My micro is good. How about I do a cheeky 3 Rex Reaper here to start with against Solar? And I like it. I really do like it. This is a cool little opener against a player that is most definitely better than him. Solar, some fantastic results in the past 2 months, has shown that he's... People are always afraid of saying that Solar is a top 3 Zerg. I think Solar might be a top 3 Zerg. I think he might be right now. Cyril Raynor, Dark, Solar. I think most times during the week, Solar is better than one of these 3. So yeah, I'm calling it. Solar has officially entered the top 3 in my mind. But, you know, I'm open to discussing that. So far, this hasn't really done as well as I was hoping it would. 1 Reaper has gone down. 3 Lynx have fallen. 1 drone is also gone. This is not a jump you want to make, my friend. Nope. That is a pond filled with sharks. What are these sharks doing in a pond? Sharks live in salt water. Just let these sharks sit in there for a bit and you can swim in that pond just fine, my friend. What actually happens with sharks when they get into the non-salt water? What do you call it? Just regular water in English? Sweet water? Fresh water, I think you call it in English. In Dutch, we call it sweet water. You have salt water and sweet water. You guys call it fresh water. Seawater is also fresh. I guess not quite as fresh as water that came straight from the rain. Fair play. Or melted from ice. Yeah, that truly is fresh. Oh. Reaper still trying to deal some damage. Don't forget, third base was kind of delayed here for Solar. Solar's afraid of going in. I think this is what we call beyond derangement syndrome. It's where Zergs don't believe in their links anymore against every single Terran. It's because they've played too much against Beyond. Like back in the day, Zergs would have 20 links, look at 5 Reapers and think to themselves, yeah, I think I can win that fight. But after Beyond happened, they look at 5 Reapers and they have like 35 Lings, Banelings with speed and 7 Roaches. And they're like, nah, don't think that is possible yet for me. Gonna wait until my Muta spot. It's actually crazy how sick Beyond is with low amounts of Reapers against very high amounts of Lings. Like right now, wait, is this 5 Rex Reaper? He's actually massing Reaper and he's going for an eBay as well. This is not a build order that we usually see. He's also not really using these SCVs at all. So a major delay here on the lair timing. This barracks is still producing Reapers as well. And it's just going to be pure Ling for quite a bit. Now, I do believe, I can't quite recall, and I'm really sorry for this. I'm going to immediately check it out after this game. But I think +1 on Reapers actually changes the interaction between Reaper and Ling. But I can't recall if this is correct or not. But in my mind, there is definitely a change in that interaction, like 1 less shot along those lines. But I could be wrong. It's just, I have a mental note there, but the note is, you know, there's a coffee stain on it. Oh, here we go. Lots of Lings. I don't think that's enough Lings, though. There's so many Reapers here. 17 Reapers right now. And that is a crap ton of Lings. Yeah, sure, but Reapers are really freaking powerful. +1 is getting closer and closer to finishing up as well, which, even if it doesn't change any interaction in a major way, it is still going to be great having it against Queens, right? It's still going to be great having it against Queens, sniping these quicker, because the Queens are really kind of the backbone of Solar's defense. If these Queens end up falling, then the Lings are just gonna get kited to death, in my mind. Reaper now did go down. That's the 2nd Reaper that has fallen so far this game. To be fair, on Solar side, not a lot has gone down either. Oh, he knew exactly where that tumor was. He threw 4 grenades on it, but not quite enough. Needs a couple more. +1. 40 seconds away. There's really no end to this either. Like, we see no lair. There's no upgrade coming in yet here for Solar. It's Marine. What's this guy doing? Guys, I'm part of the crew. It's like, mate, there's no way. Oh, here we go. Marine's gonna get grenaded by his mates. That's a team kill right there, and I'm okay with it. 71 Lings with the surround as well. Comes Solar. And now Future, I think, is in a world of trouble just before +1 as well. This is not going to work out for our American player. GG gets called as Solar wins game number 1. Great little surround there. A mere 15 seconds before +1. Oi, 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 oi. For the 2nd time in a row, we see Future opening up with a really quick scout. I think his goal is actually just to block his opponent's natural. And I think Solar has caught on because he's just opening up with 15 hatch. I don't think that this time Future is going to be in time. By the way, I did check the Reaper thing. I did the math initially. So I calculated what it would do. And then after calculating what it should do, I still tested it because I never trust my math. So I went in the unit test map and I checked it. It's like, yeah. A Reaper 5 shots Zerglings without any upgrades. But if a Reaper has +1, it's 4 shots Zergling. So that is a very significant difference, in my opinion, and also in the opinion of everyone that has ever played StarCraft 2. So I think, I'm not sure if it would have mattered too much in that last fight, because that surround was clean. Future just wasn't paying enough attention. This is so interesting to me. This is so interesting. Like, this is really... Oh, SCC first. Huh. Wait, what's the point of that? So, wait, what is the point of that actually? Oh, I think I know what's happened here. So, hear me out, okay? Listen to this. I think that the most standard response that Future plays against with this particular build order is that the Zerg player will open up with a pool first, okay? Now, what is the hard counter to pool first? CC first. So he's forcing the opponent into a bad position. However, Solar went for a 3rd base on the 3rd, or a natural on the 3rd base. So it's a different type of response. His build order did get ruined a little bit because he tried to go for a 15 hatch pre-Overlord. Oh, Roadwarn. Now that's interesting. That's real interesting actually. This is so interesting. Oh my god, I'm extremely interested by this. I still think that Future is going to be ready for this, because majority of the time when people get thrown something weird at them, they respond by being very aggressive. This is the same in real life as well. When people don't understand the situation in real life, it's, you know, fight or flight. Most of the time, people are gonna fight. Look at this. Blind bunker. He doesn't even need information. Future can smell it. Or he uses map hacks, one of the two. Let's just hope he can smell it. It would be a sad way to go for the greatest American to have ever played this game. I'm a big fan of Future, if you don't know. Future and I are very tight. We used to play Among Us back in the day. 2019, 2020. He was a fantastic Among Us player. Could never catch this guy lying. He was fast, he was quick. And even in Among Us, I saw that his mechanics, you know, it's cool. The way he clicks that kill button at a high speed, that was truly something else. And now he's in Korea. He's honing his skills. He's getting ready to participate in Season 3 of the GSL after... I think he must have finished high school. I have no clue how old this guy is. This is the problem. Once you're above 25, everyone below 25 is just a massive blur. They could be 12, they could be 22. I just have no clue. He might have finished college, actually. I don't know. Like he's either 17 or he's 24. He's one of the two. Or he's 12. I don't know. And he just finished elementary school. And he's like, oh, let me go to Korea for a couple of years. Oh. This is just in range. Nice one, Solar. Nice one. Give your opponent a little bit more time to prepare. As now comes the SCV pool. 21 workers to 32. Stim is going to be under some heavy fire here, which is actually very frustrating. Depots are being rebuilt at a high pace as well. Here comes the repair. I think you maybe even want to snipe the Overlord here. More so than anything else, because you know you're going to get that Overlord. Okay, Stim does get killed. That is frustrating. That is very frustrating. There's 4 Marines in this bad boy. There's still 3 Marines up on the high ground. Repair, quick, quick, quick. If that bunker falls, the chances of Future winning this game go down by a whole lot. Still up in workers. Even amount of bases. Nice one. Flying straight into the bile. I love it. It's gonna go back with this barracks to build the tech lab further back. I wonder if getting the tech lab on the ramp barracks is the correct call, or if it's better to get the reactor there in the future. Can I ask Future about this? Oh, in the future. Nice. Well, it would only have been nice if I hadn't called it out after, but still nice. It's going to be a 3 racks after this, as we see the first medevacs most likely going up, 3rd hatch coming down. Solar wants to go into Ling speed, metabolic boost, of course. Makes some sense. Solar is a player that loves to play Ling, Hydra, Bane into Viper. Then he'll build 6 lurkers, and then he'll go back into Hydra, Ling, Bane, Viper. He's been playing this trick for the past, seriously, 8 months, 9 months, maybe. Just the same little thing. And sometimes Terrans still fall for it. They see the lurks, like, ooh, lurkers, that sounds dangerous. And then they forget about the Hydra, Ling, Bane, Viper. They get caught out in a position. It often happens. It really does. 37 workers to 36, and I think that Future is in a fabulous position, to be honest. I'm not saying that he's gonna win with the first 2 medevacs, but I'm also not saying that he ain't going to win with the first 2 medevacs, because right now for Solar, the most important thing in life is the drone. Drone, 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 drone. So Solar probably wants to be going up to 55, 56 workers or so. And I don't think he actually can. He's building links. Links are not going to be super useful in this army once Stim is done. I do believe that Future needs to wait for Stim. So that's another 40 seconds. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna move in. Another thing that could happen here is that he just kind of forces out a couple of units now. And that Solar, now that his opponent moved back, is like, okay, time to drone. Yeah. Builds 1 drone, 2 more. And then just dies to the next push. There's no Stim yet, mate. I think Solar is actually pretty... This is probably an okay call to go for this attack. I think this is the best you're going to get because it's pre-Stim. Yeah, this needs to be lifted up. That was a bit of a mistake here out of Future, who's now being sent back home. Back to the lobby screen. Solar, however, instantly builds 10 drones. I'm not quite sure if he can get away with this because this is still a pretty powerful force. Oh my god, the boy's being pulled. Future, he does not give a crap. I think Solar just spotted it. Let's take a look at his response. Builds 2 new queens immediately. Could start a couple of spines as well with the cash that he has. Starts new Ravagers. Starts biling 1 by 1. There's no combat shield here. So the SCVs are going to do majority of the tanking. Biles cannot hit. They're not allowed to hit here. Future moving forward. Is this going to be good enough, though, for our American Terran player? I'm not so sure. 55 army supply to 47. None of Future's army supply is going down right now, though. Ravagers being targeted down. Second tank shows up as well. And Future, with a weird build order, with a weird follow-up, is going to tie up this series with a 1-1 score. Now, it's that type of strategy that just tickles me in a good way. If you could be tickled in a good way. And I actually think it is possible to be tickled in a good way, but we'll leave that discussion to another time. For now, let's see. Future actually switching things up a little bit. Opens up with just the barracks at home. No block on the opponent's side of the map, as Solar legitimately doing the scout as if you were to against the Protoss. Moving forward with the drones like, hey, am I being blocked? No. I think this is such a powerful tool to have in your toolbox as a Terran. I'm honestly kind of surprised to not have seen this before anywhere else, but I'm completely here for it. I'm here for it. Future with the innovation. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, Babylon, most of the time, is considered to be a good map for Terran. But then again, I think 5 out of the 7 maps in this map pool are considered good maps for Terran. At Home Story Cup, I had a conversation with Solar, actually. And I asked him about the maps. And he told me, Altitude, he gave the map stars. He said, Altitude is a map, as a Zerg player, that you give 5 stars. You know, 5 out of 5. It's perfect. Ancient Cistern is a map that you give 4 out of 5 stars. Basically perfect. You know, you shouldn't lose there. And then he said, every other map in ZVT is 1 out of 5 stars. It is unplayable. So I started doing the math. I was like, well, if there's only 2 good maps in a best of 3, you can veto both. So it's not good news for Zerg players if Solar is right. So I'm not sure how much of that is in jest, how much he is joking. But whenever I talk with Zerg players, they do tell me that in best of 3s, it can be very difficult for them to find a map that they feel very comfortable on. And we've seen so far, well, what was it? We've seen Royal Blood, we've seen Grassvan, and now we have Babylon. Babylon, I think, is the worst one of the 3 most of the time for Zerg players. But I also know of a lot of Zerg players that really dislike Grassvan, depending on who they're playing against, as it's such a powerful map for Terran in the late game. Neo Humanity, same, right? Some Zerg players are okay because the early game is so easy. So if you're playing against a Terran that doesn't know how to play late game, you tend to be okay. But Terrans that are good at late game, the Marus, the Riangs, the Spirits, ooh. Cool build. Yeah, it's different. This is actually a TVP build. Well, kind of a TVP build. It's not like a complete TVP build, but it's very, very... Well, I actually have never seen this build not in TVP. You can also play this with gas first in this matchup, and then open up with a Reaper. And then the Hellion timing remains fairly similar. I wonder why this car was so delayed. That makes no sense to me. I also wonder what the follow-up is going to be. Ling is not scouting around. I think this should be the standard. A Ling scouting around the moment you see a Marine first. Look at this guy going. He's really trying to get into those plants. Loves them. To a weird degree. Yeah, sleeps with the plants at night in his bed. Waters them every day, multiple times. Gives them kisses on the leaves. Plays calming music, sings for them. Nothing wrong with that. Just a bit odd. If you like singing songs to your plants, go ahead. Hurting no one. Just because it's weird doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Lots of things are weird that are fine. Playing StarCraft 8 hours a day, that usually is considered weird as well. It's the best decision I made in my life. Here come the medevacs. Into the main base. I think Solar knows. Come on, man. This is Solar we're talking about. This guy... He can sniff this out years ahead of time. He knew this was coming yesterday already. You know, he woke up in the morning, looked at his alarm clock, like, gonna get Hellion drop tomorrow by Future. In my main base on Babylon. I'll spawn bottom right. Boom! Complete destruction. It's not... This legitimately did nothing. 2 links versus 4 cars and 1 medevac. This is the saddest opener I've seen in my entire life. And I watch back my own Terran replays in TVZ, so... I know a thing or two about sad openers. Like, this has been proper crap. I'm not even sure if proper crap really covers it. This is garbage. Actually, this is so bad that if you were to put it out for trash, they wouldn't pick it up. It's like, oh, they'll get paid enough for that. That's how bad this build order is. The garbage man doesn't want to put it in the truck. He says, no, not in my truck. You just have regular garbage. This is extreme. You need to call the garbage extreme guys. And you need to pay extra for them as well. How high tier would that be? Garbage Extreme. I feel like there could be a TV show as well. I feel like Discovery Channel could have a great TV show about life on the garbage truck. You remember how they did like the sea fishing, world's most dangerous seas or something like that, or world's most dangerous job? No, I think it's the most dangerous seas, where they follow a bunch of guys and they they're on a boat and it's dangerous and it's cold and there's water all the time and it must suck. I feel like this would be cool on the garbage truck as well. You know, and I mean, these guys, they make freaking shows about a pawn shop being interesting. Literally nothing happens in a pawn shop. The fact that pawn shops made it big, like freaking Pawn Stars and all that other stuff, that makes no sense to me. I feel like there's going to be a show in garbage trucks that I would freaking watch that. After the break, the lads are struggling with a very weird type of bat. And then you hear them swear, beep, beep. And then also some other things. Man, this is beep, beep, beep. As John and Josh get in a fight about who gets to sit on the back this time. You're beep, you're beep, beep. I feel like this would be sick. I'm gonna sell this. Well, actually, there's really no idea to sell. I mean, the format is just you put a camera behind the garbage truck and mic everyone up and then see what happens. Reality TV at its finest. Create some dramatic scenarios. God, I love it. Should be a TV producer. Nothing has happened for the past 4 minutes. I knew nothing was gonna happen because the medevac with the 4 Hellions died. So that means that the first real push that's gonna come will be the stim combat, maybe a couple of tanks with 1-1. Now Solar's also aware of that, so Solar during all of this, look at this creep. Oh my god, this creep is very sexy indeed. Wow. This is the type of stuff you put on your Tinder picture here, Solar. Look at this. Put the timing in there as well, 7:15, and then just a screenshot of the map. Like, that is crazy. That gets people going. 3 tanks, 30 Marines, 2 Marauders. Look at this guy's on 2-2, 80 drones. This is legitimately the worst thing that could have happened here for Future. He's gonna go 8 racks, is he? If I were Future, I would go 8 racks here. Actually, you would also lose. There's no good build anymore at this point. Having the siege up practically in your own third base to start clearing creep is also a very sad reality in my opinion. Now, it's gonna get through it pretty quickly because Solar so far hasn't been defending it. Centrifugal Hooks is about to finish up in 10 seconds. Fort CC, practically done, if you can't count. Where's these medevacs? Oh, just chilling in a natural. I mean, healing units are idiots anyway. Who wants that? Am I right, guys? You can stim those, and you can take out the tumors even quicker. It's a quick trick here that I explain. What was that? What happened here? Was that a Liberator? Was that a Reaper that killed? No, it must have been a Liberator. Solar is at 190 supply. Future is at 157. Future is going to need to showcase some exemplary micro here in order to win the fight. He's setting it up so calmly though. He's just kind of moving towards the middle of the map. You know what this is? This would actually freak me out if I was a Zerg player. You're just sitting there. He has no vision. It's like, well, you know he's on the map somewhere. Like, when's he gonna come through the bushes, you know? It's kind of scary. There's 3 tanks in a terrible location. I'm not sure why they're all at the same terrible location, but I guess that's the way that Future likes to roll. On the other hand, look at that. Poof, poof. You need something in front of the bushes, though. Otherwise, this is literally the worst location in the world. Hive is about to be done. That means that Vipers could start, and we'll have energy in maybe 75, 80, 90 seconds from now. Let's keep an eye on the timer. I think around maybe 11 minutes, Vipers will be out. So there's going to be a pre-Viper fight. I would expect, at least, out of Solar. I think he might want to wait for 2-2. He's gonna have a window there as well with 2-2, doesn't he? Whereas opponent doesn't have 2-2. It's a very tight window. It's like a 6-7 second window. But I think it's what he's going for. More like 10 seconds maybe. Go, go, go! Solar, send it! Setting up, look at that, just before infantry weapons level 2. But Solar decides he can't actually do it. That worries me. Viper's now being constructed. 29 seconds till they're out. So that the 11-minute timing still stands strong here with that prediction. Medevac count has grown a decent amount. And Solar has managed to kind of regenerate that creep in the middle, which gives him a little bit more wiggle room. It gives him the ability to maybe go for a counterattack if this gets cleared again. Maybe even to come from multiple sides, using the creep as like a speed booster here. I mean, I still really like Solar's position. I just can't believe that Future pretty much set up is pretty much set up for, I don't want to say a late game, but he is heading in that direction, isn't he? He really is heading into that direction. Now here come a bunch of these Banes moving in. Still think that Future did a very good job here. Yes, lost one command center, but that shouldn't be the end of the world. We have 2 more factories on the way. Now, I'm not great at counting, but we already had 2. So that's going to bring the total up to 4. More tanks, maybe some Hellbats as well. We already see Infernal Pre-Igniters coming out. This is something that a lot of the Korean Terrans specifically have been doing, is just completely switching away from the Marine as a late game unit and purely using Hellbat, as they're much more efficient at everything, but especially clearing links, but also just at everything. Hellbats are freaking good, man. They really are. Adaptive Talents here is on the way. The other day I learned that Adaptive Talents also increases the movement speed of lurkers on creep. I had no clue about this. I thought it was just quicker burrow. You live, you learn, I guess. Gonna take out a couple of links over here as 4 new command centers get constructed. Why can't I click this? Oh, I was clicking the wrong thing. 4 new ones. It wouldn't surprise me if he takes this as his 5th. Solar hasn't taken his opponent's bases yet, by the way, which I think might be a mistake. If you're gonna go for this type of game... Oh, this is not... See, now this position is really gonna show why it's so bad. Pick up, pick up. No? Let the tanks die. We don't care about them anyway. These tanks can suck it in a big way. 5 tanks are out, 3 more are on the way. Triple Ghost as well being produced. Don't forget, my man Future still completely maxed out. Loses another tank. That is not great. That really wasn't great. More cars are on the way right now. Plus 2 vehicle weapons coming in as well. Rocks are being taken out. Are we aware of that? Yes. We're definitely aware of that. Okay, here come the lurkers. Ooh, can you actually fight that like this? I don't think you can. There's a couple of ghosts, so Snipe should be going down. There we go. 1 lurker. Nope. We'll manage to run away for now. We'll manage to run away. 3, 4 more ghosts coming out. 3 more tanks as well. And we have 2 Hellions being produced at a time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this a good fight here? I think it might just be an okay fight for Solar. Planetary will get blasted before it finishes up. This tank in an awkward position will get cleared by Lynx. Future is starting to crumble a little bit under the pressure that Solar puts on. And it feels like it's very controlled pressure that Solar puts on. You know, he just presses on the weak spot with his thumb. You know, he doesn't punch you there. Just with that, you know, just some major pressure with the thumb. It's like, oh, does that hurt? How unfortunate. It's like a massage therapist, you know? Does it hurt when I punch you in the stomach? It's like, yeah, that hurts. Maybe stop doing that. Paying you 60 an hour for this crap. Holy cow. That's what Solar is. Solar in a different life would have been a massage therapist. Oh, here comes the Baneling, and the lurkers are at the top. There's only a single tank at the top. This is not looking so great for Future, I have to admit. This is actually looking really bad for Future. Not so great is definitely an understatement, as these lurkers are clearing everything here on the top side, and Ling Bane is clearing everything on the bottom side. I'm having difficulty seeing how Future is going to survive for, well, more than the next 45 seconds. So if he manages to do that, that will already be quite the feat. I mean, there are 9 tanks, I guess, and he's only on 4 bases. Usually 4 bases are easy to hold. Problem most of the time for Terran is that if this hits, I'm going to be upset. Thank you, Solar, for pulling away in time. Would not want that to happen. It would be a little bit embarrassing if it happened for a 3rd time. Lynx are going to go for that tank, as the Banelings will take out this Planetary. I mean, this game is just absolutely over at this point. I'm not quite sure why we're still in it. Future has no clue why we're still in it either, but you just... Sometimes you feel so good about yourself, you don't want to leave. It's like, one, maybe if I get 12 tanks and 7 ghosts, then, you know, I still have some orbital commands. Currently I have 5, maybe. I mean, it's definitely not possible. Nidus Network does get constructed here on the right side. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think he wants to get into the main base, actually. He definitely wants to get into the main base. I'm not sure if Future is going to be in time for that. Do we have a Nidus over here? No, we don't. But there's a very big attack over there, which is probably going to be big enough. Uh-oh, he can actually pop out with some lurkers. Could have popped out with 2 lurkers, I think. Blinding Cloud is being used. It's 170 supplied to 107. I really have no clue what we're still doing in this game. As command centers are being taken out. Hydras are knocking on the door. GG gets called. And Solar will win this series with a 2-1 score. But Future, he is someone to definitely pay attention to. He is someone that has been improving. Has taken out Hero. Now took a map out of Solar. Performed well in qualifiers. I think he truly is someone to look to in the next 3-4 months. I'm saying Future for president. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Adios, my friends. What was that? Adios.